So since I clearly never ramble about speedrunning, and I quite honestly haven't done a video in a while because there was just nothing to talk about, quite frankly. There's nothing interesting going on. There's nothing that really needs to be said right now that I wouldn't like have to repeat over and over again, which got boring to me. I think what's interesting to talk about is that Karl Jobs is getting re-sued again. I think this news broke out like a week or two ago. I completely missed it because I don't follow him anymore, and I quite honestly consider him to be a pathetic piece of shit and a filthy liar, even though he keeps. I think he always kept putting in, like, that he always values the truth as, like, a principle. It's just like, nah, that's just a fucking lie. His name is Karl Lies to me. And quite frankly, if you see someone that opportunistic and then just mega grifting for it, that he's even willing to say these things and being like, oh yeah, doesn't matter if he sues me. Yeah, the financial ruin of a man that is basically doing this for self-vanity. That's a good idea. It is such a good long-term strategy. It's a battle worth picking. If you really have like nothing else to do, I guess. I guess that is a topic that could be discussed in more detail, but quite frankly, Karl Jobs is he just is, I guess, by this point. It's just one of the things that we have to accept, or that the speedrun community has to accept, that somebody that you all wanted to label as a filthy Nazi, white supremacist and whatnot, which I think is a gross mischaracterization of him and who he is, because you all focus on like the thing that he's literally just making you watch a puppet show. You focus on that. You can't get any ground with that. Even though you have the political capital and whatnot, and you want to have it, and you want to own it all, but you couldn't fucking put him down. So how about you focus on all the shit that he's doing instead? Okay, since no one's doing that, no one's interested in discussing this, that's it. Then I've seen that Rush has returned with rapid universal speedrun highlights now. And people have been very upset in the comments. Oh, how could you delete all your old content? And one of the retards there decided to comment under a comment that I said that I actually support this decision, because some people of you might know that I have been more or less like on staff, even though, like, had it been up to the man himself, to the person behind it, I probably would have been a staff member way before, and I probably would have done way more work in there. So you can all thank Noah/LexiKick for that I never did. And quite frankly, I'm very glad that I did. It allowed me to basically just say, you know what, I'm just going to burn all the bridges. I don't care about speedrunning anymore. Fuck you all. I'm still going to do my stuff. I'm still going to comment on it, but I've like reduced it so heavily this year because there are just more important things for me right now that I want to focus on. But yeah, he has returned 4 days ago now. I think almost 5 days ago. Let's see, what does it say? November 28th. Yeah, that's 4 days ago. That's fair enough. And I left a comment underneath the first video where I think he did like a little bit of a recap of Break the Record Live. I quite frankly find zero value in Break the Record Live by this point. It's just a vanity project for one man. But fair enough, whatever. And I said, remind people that it's not any of your business why Rush decided to delete all old content. I agree with the decision, now enjoy the show. And I think he said something to the effect, I can't actually see the comment right now. I'm not sure if he's blocked me or something that I can't see it. And he said, like, agree that, don't forget, it is valid to disagree with it, and that I can unsub and not watch this content anymore. I'm just like, okay, so motherfucker, this is what you did. You enjoyed the free content that, quite frankly, takes a shit ton of work to do. If you think like these edits that we all did, or I've done like a few videos, to be honest, I'm not gonna say like I did 200 videos or something like that, no. Lexi and Rush there definitely did most of the heavy lifting, but researching all the topics and making sure that we are up to date and that we know what we're speaking about and that we know what we cover is actually fairly difficult. I probably could have integrated some more freeform content in there with some other commentary, but ultimately we had to always, of course, skirt a line that I no longer would be comfortable towing, because I think we should speak more honestly about this. And that's why, honestly, I'm very glad we have deleted all of this old content. I think Rush will probably, if it is indeed Rush and it wasn't like bought or he gave it to somebody else, in that case, fair enough. I just told him, fuck off, man. You have zero right to any of the behind the scenes info. Don't let the door hit you, loser. Which was what I replied with, because quite frankly, this is how stupid some people are. They're just like, oh look, he said this. It's just like, yes, I actually was on Rush staff. I did videos. I did a lot of discussions. I was one of the most active members in that community too. And then telling me that if I say I think this is a good decision overall, had we had handled the channel differently and had we not have been basically like, I think Lexikick to this day, by the way, is a fucking sleeper agent. An absolute fucking piece of shit. And has basically sabotaged our business from inside. For the longest time. That's probably what seems to me that what has most damaged the Rush project as we could have made it. Also, of course, the biggest problem with keeping Rush in the way that we did is that we would be required to talk to a lot of the individuals that we would decide to cover. So basically, in a way, it becomes super important to talk to them. And because there is just like this incredible hegemony and this almost just bowing the head to like their superiors and their betters over fear of abuse and being ridiculed or thrown out of, or ostracized out of their community, I guess that's what you would get. So yeah, that's sort of the Rush thing. I would also like to say that online communities are usually cancer. Here's the thing. It's nice that you are all bound by the thing that you love, which is like beating a game very fast. Congratulations. That is as far as your bond goes, though. Because now you all feel entitled to like the same amount of money that could be in the pot or the same amount of views. And this is what is always so fucking grossly misunderstood. Which also happens to be like probably one of the reasons why I think that BTRL, GDQ, and so on are just so filthy, because there are just so many people who are just like, oh, look, we're in the community. Give us props as well. And I'm just like, well, for what? For nothing. And also because for some reason the fucking YouTube algorithm is really either good to me or hates me. I even happened to see Alpha Blues pop up in it. And I was watching his viewer count, and it said something along the lines of, well, was it like some 1,000 views? No, wait, even less, like 100 views on like some stream VOD. And I became so curious about this because from my memory, Alpha Blues is actually a very well known and very respected member of that fucking scene. Well, it turns out he can barely hold an audience. He has only like 10,000 followers. Which, yes, if we're talking speedrunning is massive, but if we're talking GDQ and the audience and the power that he has there, relatively speaking, it is way out of proportion. Then I look at Brossentia and I see similar numbers. I actually see that his Cuso Grande is basically like only viewed by like a very few people. I think most of the people are probably watching it live, probably also to the tunes of just like a couple of thousand. And you're telling me that for some reason I should now expect Brossentia, Alpha Blues, and all these other fucking losers to be able to wield these huge audiences at a GDQ. Makes me realize that a lot of these people basically have nothing else and are really just massively power tripping as the moment it comes to GDQ, because it is that online community. They think they all deserve to be part of that, and they all want like a big fucking slice of the pie. They're the most respected members for whatever reason. They're the most well-known members, so they're just being given power. Yeah, that is basically how it should work, right? I don't know. You tell me. I don't fucking give a shit. I think you will see more and more of these communities basically like either fall apart or eat each other up eventually over time. If not, well, you will know that there's always way too many people, especially in these online communities with all of these, quite frankly, pathetic people that are all sitting together. Like big pathetic women or pathetic men all coming together for that. So yeah, enjoy your fucking hugbox, you fucking disgusting pieces of shits. And that's more or less it. Yeah. So I covered 3 topics in this video, and quite frankly, it won't matter that much in the big, but I'm doing this for myself. And I'm doing it to document like what's been going on. And man, do I know that nothing will change. Bye.